Since Spacies.
Guess what? Don't you know? It's the Since Spacies Show. Guess what? Don't you know? It's the Since Spacies Show. Guess what? Don't you know? It's the Since Spacies Show. Guess what? Don't you know? It's the Since Spacies Show. Guess what? Don't you know? It's the Since Spacies Show.
Welcome to episode number 21.
Guess what? Don't you know? It's the Since Spacies Show.
Guest starring G to the Next Level, Uncle Chunt, Cameron Hans, and Super Nintendo Bros.
It's the Since Spacies Show, everybody!
Welcome to Since Spacies, episode number 21, Since Spacies Show, and we have got some awesome guests. We are joined by G to the Next Level. How you doing?
Hey there. How's it going?
We've also got Super Nintendo Bros. Is it bros
Good
or
evening.
brothers?
Bros, like Mario Bros.
Oh, don't get me started.
Bros.
We'll talk about that in a second. And Uncle Chunt, how you doing?
I'm fabulous. How are you, sir?
I'm super duper. And we've also got next to me here Cameron Hans.
Hello, everybody.
He's been allowed back
Hey, Cam.
into it's a long story, but he did get banned from the channel. His ban has been lifted.
I was
so
the first one to get banned from the Since Spacies.
and Raji's frozen again.
No, he's back. He's back.
It was a good expression though.
That was very weird.
No, that was awesome because it was like. And we have got a new follower. Angel5272 has decided to drop a follow. Thank you very much. Can't reach the sound effects right
You want me
now.
to
I'm
do
just
it?
going to go cold with the sound effects. We are going to do the rounds. We normally ask people who are new to the show some questions, and we're going to have to. Well, we've already asked G. We've already asked Uncle Chunt. This guy's already answered multiple times. Raji, spotlight's on you.
Oh my god, okay, go for it.
First console and the first game you played on it.
First console was actually the NES, and it was
Oh, there's a shock.
Super Mario Brothers / Duck Hunt Kart, because it came with it. That was the first
Yeah.
thing I ever played.
That was good.
Amazing. The first one I owned, that was the first one I owned and played.
All right, I'm going to make this more interesting then. What was the second game?
The second game was The Legend of Zelda. It's not super interesting, but the NES Legend of Zelda.
I'm trying here. Is that it?
What do you want out of me? I had Batman for the NES.
Okay, now we're talking. Okay, first game to
Ninja
feature
Turtles?
first game to feature wall jumps.
Say that again?
The Batman was the first game to feature wall jumps.
Yeah, that game was hard as nuts, right? By the way, you guys played that one, right?
I have not played it.
Still have never beaten it.
You should play. I haven't either. I think I got far with like the Game Genie once when I was a kid. That was it. Remember that stuff?
You got to.
It's a beautiful game. It's awesome, but it's rough.
The music's great. The music is fantastic.
Yeah.
Like going back and listening to it.
Was it Sunsoft?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
They always seemed to do the Batman games back then, didn't they?
Them and Konami.
And Fester's Quest they did, which was not.
No, we won't talk
God.
about that one. We won't talk about
Yeah,
that one.
soundtrack's awesome on it, though.
I have PTSD from that.
We are also now going to need to find out your favorite game of all time. Gun to the head, no pressure.
The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, Super NES, Super Nintendo,
Nice.
friends.
Nice.
We just got to
It
follow.
sounds boring. It just is the right. It's my answer. It is what it is.
It's the right answer. You said it right the first time.
Thank you.
It's your answer. It's the right one.
We just got a follow there from It's Plurf. Thank you very much for the follow.
They're coming in.
Hi, Plurf.
If I don't get to the chat, I do apologize, but that's just because we are super busy here with all these moving parts. It's not just me and the camera today. We've got Game Boy Bryant in the chat,
Hello,
though.
Game
I'm ready
Boy
when
Bryant.
Chunt's name causes trouble again in the chat. Thank you.
Did you not take the precautionary measures for that, bro?
I didn't. I haven't had time, but I'm sure that's why Game Boy Bryant's mentioning that now.
Yeah.
And the last question for Raji for the time being. He's frozen again. Look at he's just anticipating this question.
I'm smiling. I will just have to flip that
There you
off.
go.
Discord is like not my friend with video sometimes. I'm sorry, guys. I'm back.
Aussie Gamers TV has just resubscribed. Thank you very much.
Yay.
Ooh, you got some lights going on there too.
Yeah.
Like that.
What game are you playing currently at the moment?
Well, I was playing the Game and Watch, you guys. We just picked this up. This is today. Did you guys get your Game and Watch?
Certainly did.
Promo.
Oh no, I've got my Xbox version. Yeah.
It's glorious, and I was showing you guys this, but last night I just
Game and
finished
clock.
this gem here. We finished this gem.
Yay, that's
Wario
the
Land on the
best
Super
game.
Game Boy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a
There's
super.
that.
I'm trying to get a Super Game Boy. When I was in Japan, I was trying to look around in all the book off stores, but I couldn't track one down.
I've got one.
Oh, dude, if you need one, I mean, eBay's got them out there in the
Yeah.
United States. I don't know if you need somebody to ship something. They're not.
No. When I say I want one, I don't want to pay 5 times what they should be worth.
No.
Yeah, I even got
No?
mine pretty
Okay,
cheap,
I'll
yeah.
have to do another look.
The Game Boy, the Super Game Boy 2 is the one that's pricey.
We can help you. Yeah, the second one is.
Every
I see it all the time, Brian.
Uncle Chunt can back me up on this. Anything to do with retro gaming in Australia, ridiculously expensive.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
I
you've
believe
got
you.
friends over here, man. We can help you.
See, look, it's the community. Look at that.
All right, we're going to do the rounds. G to the next level. What are you currently playing?
Well, I right now am currently playing a couple of games. One I'm playing is an action game on Xbox One called No Straight Roads. I actually just started playing that last week. It's actually a lot of fun. Imagine like a 3D brawler mixed with just like a little tiny bit of the style of something like Jet Set Radio or
Okay.
Jet Grind Radio. Awesome soundtrack, great music, great characters. Like it's one that I think a lot of people are gonna miss, and I'm really enjoying it. I am playing that, and of course I'm still playing Animal Crossing, as you do. Still playing that.
Oh man, my poor residents are dying.
Yeah.
I haven't gone to them for a while.
Same. Also,
It's one of the things I play with my wife a lot, so that's normally one of the reasons why I still keep playing too. So
it's a good
And
call.
then as far as retro goes, right now I'm playing some games because I'm working on a couple of videos too. One of which I'm playing some Tiny Toon Adventure games right now. So I'm
Yay.
working on a Tiny Toon Adventures video. So
Nice.
I'm playing that.
The Mega Drive version of that is awesome.
Hmm?
The Mega Drive version of Tiny Toons was an awesome
it's
game.
Great.
Yeah, it's probably one of the
Great,
best
great.
ones. Yeah.
I've never played that one, you guys. I'm going to look into
It's
this.
so good. I
A
mean,
good game.
this
The
is one of
controls
those
are tight.
games that- Oh yeah, because it's like Konami. Because Konami, I like about them is that they always made different games for Genesis and Super NES. This
Konami.
is one of the cases that I think the Tiny Toons on Genesis way better than the Super NES one. Way
I miss
better.
old Konami, guys. I'm sorry.
We all
Yeah.
miss old.
We will talk about that a little more later. One of those questions
Ooh.
will trigger that.
I like that.
Oh yeah, but yeah, that's basically what I'm playing now.
All right, and Uncle Chunt, what is something Xboxy? I imagined. I don't know. Just call me Mystic. I'm getting the sense that there. Actually, no. I do see a Ring Fit in the background there.
Yeah.
You don't even have a Switch for it.
I do.
You do? Okay.
Yeah,
I thought you sold that, but you bought another one.
Like
A third one.
keep trading them in, man. But yeah,
What
I've
are
been
you
playing? Xbox launch this week, clearly Series X. So I've just been playing a lot of that. Gears Tactics, actually. I'm actually quite surprised by that game. It's not my typical game type that I go to, like XCOM. I don't really like that kind of stuff, but I thought I'd give it a go. It's got the Gears skin on it, and I'm really enjoying it. So
Isn't Gears Tactic just Mario versus Rapids, but with blood?
pretty much like XCOM, Mario vs. Rabbids, like those kind of games. So yeah, it's really good. I'm enjoying that, and just going through all the games I haven't even played yet. I've been holding off on some games, waiting for this, just to see, my first impressions on those games playing on a better console. So just going through my back catalog. But I'm still waiting on my Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Like, this is why I buy
Ooh.
digital these days, because I pre-ordered this copy 3 months ago, and I haven't got it yet.
That's
Wow.
sad.
JB Hi-Fi.
Wow.
So
JB, you've done it again.
just because I wanted the sweet like steelbook, because it's all Vikings and I'm all about it, and I was like, sweet, I'll get that, and new game to play at launch. And now they're just proving my point of, well, I'll just keep buying digital. But just I've got too many games to list, just testing out the quick resume features on this thing. But Gears Tactics is the one I've been going to more often than not.
You got a nice
One
funky.
thing that's really kind of selling me on that Series X is that I heard that they cleaned up the frame rate for Sonic Unleashed when you play it
Really?
on a Series
Oh.
X.
Now there's a reason to buy a console.
Oh.
60. I'm like, okay, you're selling
Yeah,
me.
everything is better, man. Everything.
What is
plays
Sonic
better.
Unleashed? What is
It's a
that game?
good
That's the
game.
one with the werehog.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh.
It was good. It was really good. The Xbox One was
Never heard of it.
And Cameron, what are
Yes.
you playing at the moment? Cameron, don't look at me.
yeah.
Look at the camera.
I've been playing recently Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, and the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 Remastered Edition.
Hey, Tony.
And they're very good. They're both good games.
Okay.
Still need to get that.
Nice.
I want to play Crash 4.
It's really good.
I got
It's
Crash
brilliant.
4. I'm waiting to stream it.
It's brilliant. It's really
I
good.
heard it's awesome.
It is. It's very good.
Now, who's got some stories to tell about the next-gen consoles? Who's got Xbox Series X? Anyone?
Well, me clearly.
Yeah. None of
Not
you
me.
two? No? Okay.
Not yet.
PlayStation 5?
Nope.
Wow. I mean, I've got the Xbox Series X. I wouldn't recommend getting it this early yet, or the PlayStation 5. I think it's not worth getting any of the two new consoles just quite yet. I bought it just to get it out of the way. That's my excuse. I just
I
wanted to.
agree, but I'm not. Yeah.
I just got it because I didn't want to be thinking, oh, should I get this or should I get that? I just made a decision, went with it, so that way I don't have to stress about that and I can concentrate on just enjoying it. But at the moment, I don't know. I just don't think it's anything quite ready yet on either of those two platforms to justify paying, because they're not cheap. Everyone keeps going on about how it's cheap for what you're getting, but I mean, local dollars, it's 750 Aussie. That's a bit of a commitment. So, and for what? There's how many games is there? I mean, I've got Yakuza Like a Dragon. Love that game. And
That game looks great. That looks great.
But Uncle Chunt, have you got any what? You've got two games coming that are made for the Xbox Series X.
Well, there's the Falconeer if you really want to count that. But
There's really not a lot, yeah.
small indie game. Yeah, look, it is the black mark on the launch, but it is what it is. Either way, I wouldn't have gotten this had EB Games not had such amazing trade-in deals. Like, I put down the $200 pre-order just to get one, and I actually got one. I didn't miss out. And they were offering a special deal where if you traded in your Xbox One X for pre-order, it brings it down to $399.
Yeah, that was a good deal.
Which is quite a lot off, yeah.
Yeah, so I already paid $200, right? So I went into the store when I picked it up the day before and traded in my gear, traded in my Elite controller and bits and pieces, like a game or two that I didn't want. And I ended up paying the difference of $70 left on
There you go.
on a $750 console. So that's why I jumped in pretty much straight away, because I was like, this sure as hell I'm not throwing down $750 later.
I have a question for you. So, like, does the Xbox, the new models, because I haven't paid any attention, do they have a version without an optical drive too, like the PlayStation?
Yeah, there's the
Yes.
S.
Yeah.
So the X is the big,
one.
the X is the big boys console, and the S is the
Yeah.
one for entry level.
The
And,
S has less graphical features and all that. Than
yeah, it's not 4K.
yeah.
That's the baby one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was 4K.
No,
It
it's
just
not.
didn't have the processor.
It outputs to 4K. It can render at the target of 1440p, but it'll do everything this does, except it's meant to be like a 1080p 1440p machine.
Gotcha.
So you're not missing out on any like functionality or processing power, or it's just scaled down to meet that target instead of a big 4K 60 machine.
I think it looks cute, to be honest. Like, I'm like,
I
I can
like
fit
it.
that on my desk. Like, I don't
actually
do
sold-
Xbox, but if I did,
It's actually
It's like
sold
huge,
more
like
than the
PlayStation 5.
Series X. Like Xbox came out and they're like, oh look, Series S is selling more so far than the X is, which makes sense given the price point and the state of the world right now. Everybody
Right.
wants to get in there for less.
I like the look of the consoles. I hate the names.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
getting used to the names, but I'm sure they could have done better.
Agreed.
But
Microsoft
anyway,
is always terrible at naming
Yeah.
conventions, no matter what.
who's
Always.
like? Have they got a bingo wheel that that Bill Gates set up? I don't know.
Or something.
Oh, a dartboard.
random letters. So we go Xbox.
Oh, they get
X,
Scrabble
X.
letters and throw.
I would say
S,
Samsung.
What?
I'd say Samsung Galaxy's worse.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Samsung Galaxy, Samsung Note, XYZ, 1, 2, 3, ABC.
The fan edition as well now. They got fan editions.
Day 1
We got-
edition, day 2 edition.
We got 8-bit Dad in the chat, by the way, saying he's enjoying the commentary here. Not a fridge
Awesome.
version. He says not a fridge.
Not a
version.
fridge version.
Oh,
Okay.
I would
wanted to
buy
win
a
that
fridge.
though.
Oh yeah,
I was told to
100%.
make room for that fridge.
If I made an actual mini.
We already
fridge,
asked you what you
I
were
would buy
playing.
that.
didn't we?
Yes, you did.
Okay. All right, we're going to get stuck into the questions. Our first question, as per usual, it's like a tradition now in the Since Spacies Show. Game Boy Bryant has given me enough questions to go up to episode number 30. Like, I'm not joking. I've got folders set up for right into the future with this guy. So,
Awesome.
Game Boy Bryant, what have you got for us now?
Here's a question that we can all probably relate to. Company that you once loved turned into complete and utter crap. Do you have any suggestions or anything you may that would relate to this? Any company that we probably don't know about? Oh, I know one, but I cannot think of who they are. They had such a massive fall from grace to make pachinko machines. Oh yeah. Anyway, hope to hear your guys' answers. Take care. What happened, Konami? You used to be good, now you turn into complete crap.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Konami.
Konami.
Yeah. Wow, that wasn't rehearsed.
I was
And
late, but I'm sorry.
yeah, that's all right. But yeah, Konami has to be the number one offender. He even mentioned it in the question. So for those who couldn't quite work out what he was saying, because Game Boy Bryant was a little hard to figure out what he was saying there. He's asking what gaming company has fallen from grace. So a company that used to be really good and now just you don't want to hear their name because it makes you sick.
Sad.
Or sad, or sick and sad. Uncle Chunt.
Man, there's plenty to go around. There's EA, there's Rare.
Oh, EA is a good answer.
Yeah,
Two off the top.
That's
Like
sucked.
EA used to be like.
Yeah.
I remember playing some of their games on like the PS2, Xbox generation, going, "Oh, cool,
Yes,
another
sir.
EA game," and it's in the game and all that kind of stuff.
And you used to get excited when you saw their logo because you thought, wow, we got something cool going
And then,
here.
like the advent of late 360 PS3 gen and last gen now, they've just gone like greedy buggers and just ruined everything.
Greedy buggers.
And then like Rare, obviously it's a long told tale of when they got bought by Microsoft and then they got shoehorned into another direction. But they're coming back. I'm liking what they're doing recently.
Yeah, same.
But
They got a long way to go. They got a long way to go.
Yeah, like not every game company's a darling, but there's plenty to pick from of disappointments. But yeah, I'll pass it on.
It makes for good video, YouTube video topics. Where did EA go wrong?
Yeah.
Right.
Microtransactions, maybe? Or?
Yeah, I think that's the number one offender. G to the next level.
Well, if I can really think of anybody that's not Konami, because my second answer was going to be EA, just purely because it's like, as a Genesis kid, and I think I will still stick with EA because it hits me on a different level. Because like as a Genesis kid, like when you think of the big companies that made like some of the best games, EA was one of them. And
For sure,
going into,
100%.
Like, 32-bit generation and whatnot, like they were just at the top of the game, not just in sports, but also in like adventure games, action games. I mean, they brought us stuff like they did awesome games with the 007 license. They brought the Def Jam games, and even like some of the random stuff that they would bring over from Japan, like Shadows of the Damned. Like that was an incredible game, and Time Splitters and stuff like that. They used to be that company that would try those rare and different things. And I think if I could say anything, the last game that EA put out that really just like wowed me was Mirror's Edge. I can't think
That
of
was a
any
good one.
other
Yeah.
EA game, because even the sequel was disappointing. I can't really think of any other EA game that really just knocked me out of the park. Now, and then I got so excited when they got the Star Wars license. I was like, oh, they're gonna make great Star Wars games.
I didn't.
So, yeah, we all know what happened to that. Now, I still want to play Squadrons at some point. I still
Yes.
wanna
Battlefront 2 was pretty cool, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, Battlefront 2 looked awesome. It's just
It was
what
fun.
what they did with it was just
Well, I'm sure it's
absolutely
good now
insane.
after all the updates and everything.
I should say, yeah, I played Battlefront 2 like very recently, 6 months or less, so I saw the final
Yeah.
stuff. I never
you
saw the
get
beginnings of it.
Okay.
I don't think it'd be.
Celebration?
You wouldn't have
I
been
heard it was
singing.
horrible.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been singing that tune if you were there day one.
Yeah.
Right. So you got
Did you
past
get
all
the
the
Celebration
crap.
edition?
I think it was like $10 on sale too. So yeah, I paid next to nothing for it. But yeah, it's cool now. But
Nice.
Raji's frozen
of course,
again.
I got you. This Discord, man. This crap. Sorry, I don't know why it does that.
I'd probably say that's the one that, other than of course Konami, I think that's the one that kind of hits me the hardest.
Cameron?
Hey, G.
Yes.
G, hang on, I've got a point for G. Did you know EA published Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, the first game?
Yes.
Yeah.
'Cause they published the first
They
one.
took a
and
chance.
then
Yeah, then
somebody else-
Activision-
I think it's like THQ or somebody did the second and third one, right?
Yeah, one of the two, THQ or Activision or some shit. But
Okay.
yeah. But also the Lord of the Rings games. They did.
Yes.
My God.
Yes.
Like the Third
They're so
Age.
good.
That I love the Third Age, that turn-based RPG. But yeah, anyway.
So good.
Yeah.
But, here we are with EA
Yep.
current state, and
Here we are
NFL,
indeed.
please break their agreement with them.
Yeah.
Please, when was the last time you cared about Madden? Can I ask you a secondary question? When was the last time any of you cared about Madden?
Never.
I mean, not
Well,
really. I guess
as
if you
Aussies,
cared at all. If you cared at all.
as
They
Aussies,
got the exclusive rights. Because to me, it's like, look, I'm not that big into football, but I like the competition, and because of that, that means we don't get NFL Blitz. That's why we
Right.
don't get. And we might get NFL Street, but then NFL's like, oh, it's too violent and too urban. And
I reckon I should bring back high impact football. Oh, my knee!
yeah. Or when the XFL comes back, maybe somebody will make an XFL.
They tried that. Yeah.
Well, they tried it again. It was good, but then pandemic happened. So
Yeah.
Yes.
Cameron?
That was the end of that
It's supposed to come
fun.
back, though. Thank you. It's
yes.
supposed to come back.
I'd say both as well. Rare, for obvious reasons, and EA was a good answer. I reckon that EA started falling behind for me when they got rid of Maxis Entertainment back in the mid 90s or early 2000s or whatever. That was really depressing. They made so many great titles,
Yep.
and I just kind of stopped caring about them ever since.
I'm gonna chuck in. Oh well, first of all, thank you, Saswat, for the follow.
Hey.
I gotta kick in and say Sega.
He's a
Or
Nintendo.
Sega.
He's a Nintendo.
Ah, okay. I gotta say Sega.
Yeah.
Sega, man, they're a company that you want. Everyone's batting for them. Everyone wants Sega to come out with the big hits.
Good.
And I keep saying it. They're sitting on an absolute gold mine of IPs, and they just won't tap into any of them. And what they have to do is release another decent Golden Axe game, a decent one, not what they've been hinting at releasing, and do it themselves. Don't hand it off and palm it off to like. Streets of Rage 4 was fun to play, it was enjoyable, but it wasn't Sega. It wasn't them.
Yep.
And that hurts. That really does hurt. It was good to see a news. Yeah. Well, Wonder Boy's a complicated story. It wasn't really a proper. I mean, everyone associated Sega with Wonder Boy, but it was West One, so they technically owned the rights to it. It was actually in Dragon's Quest. No, not Dragon Quest. The Dragon Trap, Wonder Boy 3. If you entered in West or WE5T1, that was a code that unlocked something fancy in the game. I remember that.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just, as a Sega fanboy, I'm dying to see Sega make some sort of a comeback. But they just released a news item the other day saying that they're selling off the Club Sega and Sega Arcade outlets.
I was going to ask you about that.
That's incredibly sad
Very
to
sad.
see that is coming to an end.
Yeah,
It
it is.
and-
But I wonder how much of an anchor it was on the company, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really when I mean,
It's true.
I know it's sad seeing these things, but I wonder like how much was it hemorrhaging money for Sega?
I don't think it was run very well. You walk into there as a Sega fanboy hoping to win, I don't know, Sonic doll or a Tails doll or something like that.
Tails doll.
I'll come out with a Kirby doll. What the
I know
yeah.
what you're doing.
I was wondering about what that photo was the other day. Like you were out at a Sega place and you're holding a Kirby toy.
Yeah, that was at Nagasaki, and
What's Kirby doing in a Sega place?
Yeah.
it's all Nintendo stuff in there. Like, it doesn't make sense. The two
Which
should
I'm
be.
fine with, but it's weird.
As a Nintendo fan, I'd be I mean, I am a Nintendo fan as well. Let's just get that straight.
I know you are, which is awesome.
But
Yeah.
but it shouldn't be in there.
I hate Nintendo.
No, not at all.
I love classic Sega stuff. Actually, I love modern Sega stuff too. I'll be honest with you. I don't just love Nintendo.
Although you're playing Yakuza, that doesn't feel like a Sega game. There's some of the joke, man, some of the language and stuff that's been said in that game. It's just like, this is the same company that released Sonic the Hedgehog. Could you imagine Nintendo releasing Yakuza?
Yeah, I just finished Yakuza 0 recently, and I love
How awesome is that? That is so good.
So I can't wait to go through Kiwami and Kiwami 2. I just hope that the rest of it come out to Xbox as well.
Nice.
You'll like it.
Sega,
I was going to say you'll like Ichiban as a character.
right.
Sorry, hang on. What? So G, what'd you say?
Oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's just a crossover there.
Sorry.
I didn't hear either question.
I was saying that you were like Ichiban, the new character. He's quite likable.
Right.
Oh, thanks.
8-Bit Dad is saying in your chat, Nintendo released Bayonetta. That is true. That is true.
Yeah, they saved Bayonetta basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Twice, I think. We're coming up on the second time, right? Because
Right, well,
if they're ever going to release 3,
We'll see what happens with that because that's gone quiet.
was it
Also,
2018 it was
Metroid
announced?
Yeah. Where she kind of stumbles and trips over. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Game Boy Bryant, I hope we answered your question.
Wait a minute. I got to answer. I got to do a quick rant on Konami because I didn't get to respond.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you didn't get
Bad host.
We've talked. No, it's okay. We've talked about it, but I just want to add in that I'm a Castlevania fan, a Konami fan. My God, I love the Ninja Turtles games like Turtles in Time, Konami classic 1990s, Castlevania 4, Castlevania series, and then they released this new one called Grimoire of something or other, and then you see the gameplay. It's 2D, 2.5D. It looks really fun, and they tell you it's on a phone, and I'm like, this is garbage.
Yeah.
And all they make is like that and pachinko games apparently. So disappointing. That's my answer. That's it.
Or fake.
Back to you.
Or fake.
fully
What?
agree.
No, they make the Metal Gear Solid fake games.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Survive.
Yeah, man, that looks so bad.
Metal Gear cash grab. Come on.
All right. I gotta find my way back to the buttons. I need a bigger stream deck. Do you have that issue? Or how many how many stream decks do you have?
I just got the XL. I replaced my original with the XL, and it is awesome. So I suggest you get one. They cost some money, but they're awesome.
Or I could just buy another one of these and have one for sounds and one for moving around screens.
Or this one goes to 11. So
It goes to 11.
Just got one.
They are awesome. They are must have if you're a streamer. Stewie's got the next question. Stewie, what have you got for us, matey?
I hope you're having a great show. Just wanted to throw a wee question out to you in the panel. I just want to ask, I was just thinking to myself, obviously way back when we were all wee young pups, and the Christmas was round the corner. So is there any Christmases that really obviously stand out to you guys? My favourite one obviously, it's a pretty obvious one. I mean, it's got to be when I got this gentleman right here, back in the day, for the first time obviously, with my good friend Mr. Sorry the Hedgehog. That was one of the best Christmases I can honestly remember of ever, because I was absolutely gobsmacked. That way you always ask your parents, for something you want, but never ever get it. But I just, what is there any Christmas that stands out to you guys? If you've got footage, that would be amazing as well. But I would love to see and hear, obviously, of your Christmases from yesteryear. And take care of yourselves and have a good one. Bye for now.
Stewie! Thank you, Stewie. Always good to get a question from you. He's an absolute legend. Go follow him if you can. What is his handle again? Retro Stewie? Someone put it in the chat if you can. Speaking of chat, we've got Game Boy Brian, of course, there chatting away. Game Train Twitch. I can never say his name. It's like a tongue twister. Game Train Twitch. Cat's in chat. How you doing there?
Hello.
I'm gonna I'm going to first start mine. Sorry to start on a downer, but mine's very easy for this. I didn't ever get a console growing up for Christmas or any gaming related items. I had to buy my own. I had to work for it myself. So there's that. But for my 40th, my brother did buy me a Vita. So
Nice.
and my birthday's close to Christmas, so I guess that kind of counts. Stewie55 UK is his handle, which is Stewie's Retro Gaming. Go follow him on Twitter. Awesome guy. I can't think of many other guys on Twitter that are more humble and more genuine than he is.
Don't do that.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
do that.
absolutely.
He sent me a care package when I went down with the heart attack. He sent me all the way from Scotland a care package full of goodies, and
cool.
that was just
Wow.
the best. So,
Good on you.
Got him.
who's got a story to tell?
I've got a good one.
Me.
Okay,
I'll start. No, you want me to
yeah,
start?
go for it.
Christmas 2000 was one of the best. That's when I got my Sega Dreamcast and Sonic Adventure with the Dreamcast. And
Nice.
I actually have a
Nice.
video of me, like an old
I've
video.
seen the footage.
of me
It's
opening
weird
it
seeing
up,
him
and he
with
was
cut
small
hair.
and short hair, and like I'm 10 years old getting the Dreamcast, and it's like that Nintendo 64 guy getting so excited about it.
It wasn't Nintendo 64. It was Dreamcast.
Dreamcast though, so that was kind of like better. But yeah, that Christmas 2000. I mean, we did get a 64 for Christmas too. That was really good. But the actual video that we have of me with the Dreamcast, which still sits on my desk and I still use it.
What, the video?
No, the Dreamcast. and yeah, and so Christmas 2000, I reckon that was one of my favorite ones.
Uncle Chunt?
Right, this goes way back to the 90s, people.
Little Chunt.
Yeah, Little Chunt.
Mullet
And,
Chunt. Mullet Chunt?
I feel that.
Oh, I didn't have a mullet. This was
I
Christmas.
might have.
Oh, nice, man. Hey, man, represent if you did. No,
When I was like 8, I think I had a little
Rat's tail? Rat's tail?
horrible.
I remember a lot of rat's tails at school, that's for sure.
Yep.
This was one Christmas morning. We woke up and we had 2 cats as a surprise for a start.
Wow.
And then after that was also amazing straight off the bat. But then after that, it was like, here you go. Here's a Mega Drive and Altered Beast and Fantasia and something else. And I was like,
Sick.
oh man, me and my brother, still got a twin. He looks nothing like me, thank God. And we just lost our shit. Like, it was so exciting.
Wow.
You know?
So after you finished playing with Sonic and Tails the cats, because you named them that after that.
Smoking the Bandit, actually.
Oh, what? That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, that was amazing, man. Like Mega Drive, that set me on the path of like I really like this. And then we got Sonic the Hedgehog later on, and drove my mum nuts. Every time you start the game and the intro music plays and she's in the other room, you can just hear her like, oh my god, not again, because we just played it so much. Even to this day, she hears it, she's like, you know. But yeah, I love that. But I'll always remember that memory. There was plenty of others. But that one in particular stayed with me.
G.
I'm glad you followed me after Chunt because my story is very similar to his. I mean, it can't be anything else other than Christmas '91. That's when we got our Genesis. That's when we got our Genesis, and of course, the 4 games we got were Sonic, of course. I mean, that's really where it all began. Sonic, Altered Beast, Outrun, and Arnold Palmer's Tournament Golf.
Oh, no.
Don't knock it. It's actually a fun game.
It is. Well, I mean, my dad got it for
him. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I played it too. But
Did
For
you?
you guys.
Did you play the Fantasy Zone in it?
like these 2 are for you, but you know, this one's really for me.
Did you play Fantasy Zone, the secret Fantasy Zone?
I didn't know about it back then. I mean, I have now. Now that
Yeah.
I know it's there. But
It's weird,
like,
isn't it?
really cool.
Yeah.
You know, I always love it whenever you find, or when people find these hidden Easter eggs many years later. It's like, that's awesome.
That's amazing. I agree.
But yeah, I mean, after that, because the thing is that people have asked me before, it's like, when do you think was the pinpoint or the real tipping point of when you realize, okay, you know, you love video games that much and you really want to get this much involved with video games, and you didn't realize that, hey, now you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, still playing video games. And to me, it was that day, because I knew, like, I played in the arcades with my dad, I played NES with my sister, but it was really getting the Genesis that was the beginning, and that's when throughout the years I began my love for Sega. And it's carried on ever since.
Was that the year that the Genesis or Mega Drive came out? Was that 91?
No,
90.
89.
Oh, 89, that's right, because you guys got it
89,
way
oh,
early.
Wow.
Yeah,
Damn.
it actually came out in Japan in '88.
Yeah,
People
it did.
forget.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I was
People forget that the Mega Drive is
Damn,
is a '80s console, and it's just a point that gets lost over time. But yeah,
They were way ahead.
oh man, I've just been like when that console was being released, I was spending ages just reading previews and just discussions about what it's like to play this console. And you got to remember that it was Master System here in Australia.
Yeah.
NES didn't do too well in Australia, so the Master System was the console everyone was talking about, and Commodore 64. And all of a sudden there's this 16-bit console coming and looming on the horizon. It was good times.
Yeah.
But Raji, what's your
My
Christmas?
answer is
Yeah.
is on my shirt. This is the logo that I pulled. It's the Super Nintendo logo. This says Super Nintendo Bros. That was the year. The same year, I'm asking you because it was 1991. The same year, probably the best Christmas ever. We got the Super Nintendo Super Set.
Nice.
Big surprise, right? I mean, but it came with Super Mario World. I remember that was the one that was in all the store around here. It was in all the store demos. And me and little brother would walk around and we just get glued to this thing. We're like, oh my god, we gotta get a Super Nintendo. So it was that, and we got F-Zero. Did you guys ever play that one?
Yeah.
That was the game that pulled me into the Super Nintendo.
Yes,
That was
that
a
game. I
was jealous
still love
I didn't
that.
have as a Sega kid.
I
Nice.
still love that game. Mario World, F-Zero. I believe we got Pilot Wings. You ever play that one?
Yes.
wow.
yes.
Actually, have not.
Oh, what?
I got to get onto that.
Dude, that's your assignment. That's a good
It's a tech
It's
demo.
good.
Come
Pilot
on.
Wings 64, man. Pilot Wings 64.
And Pilot Wings 3DS.
I haven't
is
played that
great.
one.
It's really good.
And
Pilot
and
Wings
John Madden Football. That's what it was called. John Madden Football, the
Yeah.
first one, Super Nintendo. That was launch title.
I actually had, I think it was 94 for Super Nintendo, the John Madden game. I wanted to try a 4-player game out on the Super Nintendo. I had the 4-player adapter and everything back then.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
a big deal. Too. Didn't that come with Bomberman originally?
Bomberman.
Super
Yeah,
Bomberman.
it's still. I've
Or
got
it was-
I've got the adapter up there, but I never got Bomberman. Funnily enough.
This.
That's where I always remember seeing it bundled with that. It was by Hudson Soft.
Nah, I never got bundled. Nothing got bundled here. You had to pay for
I was
everything.
about to say, it's like maybe it wasn't over there. I think in America, initially, it was only with that, I believe.
That's what I remember, but I mean, you can Google it. That's fine.
This
But no,
hat.
that was the best Christmas, man.
This hat that I got,
Nice.
this Donkey Kong Game Boy hat, I actually got this with the
That's
launch
awesome.
show of Yoshi's Island for the Super Nintendo.
Holy
Oh,
mackerel.
that's awesome.
I
Yes.
didn't
that
even
was-
realize you changed hats, Cameron.
No,
Kind of style
you-
change there on us.
I used to get the Sonic hat. I didn't bring that one today.
In the chat, Overtide2 says, "Oh, I think
Yeah.
you're going to be underwhelmed by a tech demo that's over 20 years old." I don't know. I've got appreciation for the tech back then. I might enjoy it. We'll see. There's some
Pilot
really,
Wings.
there's some
Yeah, it's
really,
good.
there's some really cool Mega Drive demos that you look at it and go, "There's no way you should be able to do that on a Mega Drive." But they
Yeah.
really have pushed that console to its absolute limits, or at least we think.
Blast processing.
I mean, when you get official releases like this that actually run in a semi-playable state,
Oh,
that you
sweet.
realize, like, yeah, the Mega Drive can do a lot of things.
Who
See
released
that,
that?
Akira?
Who released that?
Tectoy in Brazil.
Really? I've not seen this.
Oh, the Brazilian,
Brazil goes
the
nuts,
Brazilian
yeah.
Mega Drive scene's off the hook.
Yeah.
It is. It's crazy.
I have not heard of any of this. This is curious, man. I'm gonna look into that.
It's still
Have you
not.
heard of the Akira demo that never came out?
Yes.
Yes,
That looks
and that looks
insane.
that looks.
Cool, too.
Which one is that?
Yeah,
Nightmare Circus.
I thought it was Monty Python Circus there for a second.
But yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. It's crazy. But it's like talking about tech demos. That's just like, yeah, you get really enthused by like these old tech demos. I can tell you one that still gives me chills to this day, and that's the I think it's called Demo 1 for the PS1 with the walking T-Rex.
Oh, yes!
Mouth and whatnot. That blew me
Oh.
away.
Demo 1.
I used to just sit there and hypnotized by that thing.
We had that. That's so good.
Those tech demo discs were good for me because I used to use the music visualizer
Yeah.
players on them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And had a flying dolphins and
Yeah.
crap all over the screen. It was just cool to be able to put a disc on and then just walk away and have it beating in the time to the music in the background.
shame
It was
that-
really cool.
Say, though, those demo discs on the PS1 era got us through some like
Yeah.
rough times, man.
I've
because
got
like we
some of those.
didn't have a lot of money to buy new games and
Sure.
shit, but you'd have like plenty of demo discs that felt like full games. Like I remember
Yeah.
Porsche Challenge, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, that felt like a full game.
Medieval.
PlayStation Underground.
Yeah, medieval. Yeah.
I've got the 99 and 2000 version.
I want to talk about PlayStation Underground on one of my gaming items I'm proud to own because I have almost all of the ones that were released in the U.S. I love that. That was so awesome. It's like,
Yeah.
talk
That
about
is
a way
cool.
to really, go out there for your fans.
Hell yeah.
Getting back though to the Christmas question, anyone else got anything?
mine.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, Stewie, thank you very much. We're
Thank
going to move on
you.
to Dave.
Thank you, Stewie.
So Dave, and I should have written it down. The name of Dave's channel. How rude am I? Dave he actually says it in the question, so we'll let him introduce himself. If I can find the questions, there we go. Question number 3 is coming right up. Dave, what have you got for us?
It's Dave here from Xylogamoto, live from the Xylogamoto Studios, aka my bedroom. We just got finished recording episode 89 for Coffee Crisis, so check that out. Enough shameless self-promotion though. Here is my question for you guys for this week. What is a game that you've never played and you feel really guilty about it? So I'll give you an example. Obviously, Sega person, but it's not all that's out there. And I've never managed to play the original Legend of Zelda for the NES. And I feel like that's a big hole in my experience. So, what's something out there like that you know it's a huge game, you know you should play it, you know you need to experience it before you die, and you just haven't been able to get around to it?
And we've got no audio. Yeah, we're back on. Thank you for that. By the way, Dave, love that shirt. Wild Stallion. This guy's biting at the bit to answer, so off you go.
I don't really. I know there's a whole bunch I've never played.
Don't throw me under the bus. He said I want to go first.
I said I don't want to go.
I'm not answering.
I'll just say something like Golden Axe. I've never played it. You guys are all talking about it today, and I've never played that game at all. Sorry, never played it. Not even on any of those.
No. This is not an apology time. This is just a game that you feel awkward that you haven't played.
Yeah, I'd say something like Golden Axe or Streets of Rage or something. I've never played Streets of Rage either.
No, you came out with one the other day that just made me go, "What the hell?"
What was that?
It will come to me later, but yeah, there was a game that everyone loves, and you just said, "Oh, I've not played it. I don't want to play it."
What game was that?
Brian,
Was it
help
modern
this
or
man out
later?
if he's never played a Streets of
There's no
Rage
audio
game.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, just disconnect yourself and
Oh shit! Sorry.
yeah, okay, see ya.
Sorry about that. The cord came loose. Okay, I said. You said that there was.
No, they couldn't
yeah,
hear you.
they can hear me.
That's not how
That was-
microphones
you
work.
so you heard everything that I just said. Okay, good. That's good.
All right, super awkward. Let's move along. Uncle Chunt.
I can't remember what
Yeah,
this was.
look, I don't really have many off the top of my head that I haven't played because I've seeked out most games that I've wanted to play. I think the only thing that I would have to say as far as like an Xbox cred would be the Halo arcade game that came out late last year.
Yeah,
that big like shooter thing, and I always wanted to get around to it, but I never found it here.
I don't know what
it was in Brisbane for like a day, and I was at work, so that game alone is like, god damn it, I feel like I should have played that. That's the only one I can
I'm
really.
gonna look it up on YouTube to see if it's worth hunting down.
Oh yeah.
It's a giant arcade machine.
No, I know that, but sometimes they have these arcade games and you get in it, it's just like, oh, that was crap. So yeah.
So you still have it in America, do you?
Yeah, and there's an arcade called Round 1 in Dallas. We're getting one in Houston finally. But yeah, well, I don't know when, but we are going to get one. But yeah, they have it. And
have you played it?
I played it with my
Cool.
buddy Sam. Oh, it's awesome.
Oh man.
Because the thing is that so it's all entrenched, and then you've got 4 seats next to you. And so you've got your own turret, and everybody else has got their own turret, and you're shooting away, and you hear everything around you because it's got full surround sound behind you.
That sounds fun.
And you see like, your troops and whatnot shooting along with you, and it's like, hey, come on, I need some backup. It's awesome.
Man.
I was like, wow, this is really, it's expensive, but
I think Time Zone might have it, but I've never seen it in locally.
That sounds great.
Seriously, if you do make it over here sometime, John, I highly recommend playing.
Oh yeah, I'll jump in the ocean now. I'll start swimming.
I was just going to say, no one's making it anywhere at the moment.
I should do the same and go to Australia.
Yeah, bring it on.
It's probably the safest place to be right now, actually.
Can I come over there too? Do you have room for like a couple more?
I'm sure we can fit a few more in. Raji, do you have a game that is on your shame list?
You know what's funny is recently, I don't know how this came up, but on Twitter I was tweeting about this like a couple weeks ago, and it's embarrassing, but I'm just gonna say it, okay? I have never played, well, I've played it for like 2 seconds, but Contra, a game that I don't know how I've never like played through that game. But that's like a classic Nintendo game, isn't it? It's kind of embarrassing, isn't it?
Oh, it's super hard though. I've tried a controller.
But I gotta say, in our chat, 8-Bit Dad, who's a wonderful dude, by the way, and a streamer as well. Yep, Sasquatch is saying for shame in your chat right now. What's up, Saz? Saz is one of the Nintendbros, by the way. So what's up, buddy? Nice. Thank you guys for being here. But 8-Bit is saying he's a Mega Man super fan. He's never played the X series. I'm like, dude, you don't have to play all the Mega Man X series, but you gotta play like Mega Man X, the first one.
Yeah.
100%.
But Contra is bad. I'm definitely gonna stream that at some point.
Now, which one are you gonna stream, the arcade or like the NES one?
Well, I'm starting with NES, and then I know isn't there Super C as well or something? People like that one a lot.
Just don't play Contra Force. That one's trash. But
That is garbage.
I
We'll
think-
start with the first one.
I think I reviewed for Hyper Magazine Pro Protector back in the day.
Oh, Pro Protector, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that
that's
rings a bell.
Hardcore, right? Contra Hardcore.
Yeah, it was.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the same game, and it was just too hard. It was freaking
It's hard.
stupidly hard.
Well, it's because the thing is that for the Western release, Konami removed the life bar.
Yeah, that's
and made the
right.
game, like a lot harder. I'm like, why? Why?
Because it's Konami. Next question.
So Game Boy in the chat, Game Boy Brian saying it was Super Castlevania 4 for the longest time until I finally played it.
Love that one.
And then we've already
Love that
touched on 8-Bit Dad's response. Aussie Gamers TV says I never played Crazy Taxi.
Oh, come on. You haven't
So
played-
here's the thing with that one, just briefly. We all know that the licensing's been lost for Crazy Taxi, so if you play it now, you won't get the real experience. You won't get the... I won't sing it because I don't want to get struck down with a DM strike. But you won't get the Offspring's classic songs and that, nor will you be going to Pizza Hut. You'll be going to Joe's Pizza or some stupid generic name like that.
Wait a minute. So are you getting in trouble for streaming? Is that what you're saying?
If you sing the
If you
song.
sing, even if you sing any song, they will count that as...
You're right.
Is
Yeah,
the
they
problem the
get real
copyrighted
hard
music?
about
Is
it.
it the copyrighted music is the problem why you can't play it basically on stream?
Oh no, you
Without
no,
getting-
no. Sorry, I complicated the topic by mentioning streaming. You can still play. You can buy Crazy Taxi for Xbox 360, but they've removed.
gonna be changed.
But they've removed all the licenses and replaced it with generic stuff.
Oh,
I'm just gonna buy it for GameCube because I got that GameCube. sitting
Dreamcast
there.
one was the best.
Yeah. Just if you're gonna stream it, turn the music off.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah.
I
Don't
guess you
forget
wanna
that.
do that.
Hey Brian, question.
Yeah.
If I say yeah,
Thanks, man. I'm gonna have to delete this clip.
Actually, I'm seeing that the channel's been deleted already, so I guess this is
They work quick.
they're just like get it out of here.
So
We've screwed it up.
So with my stream channel, I've been using it as an excuse to play a bunch of games that have fallen directly into this category. The Last of Us was one of those games, and I did finish that on the stream. Also, The Legend of Zelda, the first one, which is what Dave was talking about in his question.
Love it.
I'm a big Legend of Zelda fan, but I've never finished a Legend of Zelda game because I always get to a part that gets me stuck or caught up, and then I get distracted and put it down and go to something else.
How far did you get in the first one?
Well, at the moment, I'm up to the 6th dungeon at the moment. So
Oh, you're close. There's only a couple left.
yeah, I think there's 8 or 9 dungeons in that game. So, I'm wanting to get. I'm doing them in order. So that includes, unfortunately, the crappy sequel. But I don't know. We might have fun with it.
I like Zelda too. Come on, man.
like
I mean,
Why?
yeah, it's weird, but I like it.
Why?
Because it's challenging. It's kind of the Dark Souls of Zelda games. Was it kind of that?
Wow.
If there was
Why
a Dark Souls
do
series.
people use Dark Souls for references to everything?
Because it's difficult and it makes you crabby. All right, at least it makes me crabby, but I love it.
I like how 8-Bit Dad says, you only have the most difficult part left since Spacies, no problem. Thanks, man. Great help.
No, but you can do it if you get all the items and get yourself geared up and get some potions. You'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
Just
Well,
be,
do it.
I'll
be
keep that in
thankful
mind.
that you can save in this version.
Yeah, I'm safe scumming like mad.
Well, then what is the problem? What is it? You're not even playing it on the NES. If you're on the NES, then you got to do it the old-fashioned way. You're set, man. You're set. You can do it.
All right, well, that was question number 3. Thank you very much, guys. No one had anything else to add? Oh, sorry, G. Yeah, glad I asked.
You missed me.
Sorry. You go for it.
It's all good. I had to think about this question too because I was like, which one really? Because when it comes to retro, there's not really a whole lot of games that I could say that I haven't played that I'm really ashamed of. I know there's a lot I haven't, but if there's one game that's current, well, I guess it's now not current gen, but well, I guess technically it kind of is because it got re-released for it. One that I'm just like super just kicking myself for not playing is Marvel Spider-Man on PS4. That's probably the biggest.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a
Same.
huge Spider-Man.
Awesome.
It's good.
I love Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man's games.
Great game.
It's
Most
good.
of Spider-Man's movies. It's just-
Most
and
of.
played have been so good. Like I love Shattered Dimensions. I loved it dearly, and I love Spider-Man 2. And when I was like, okay, awesome. It came out on PS4, and I haven't had a PS4 now for what, almost 2 years? It's like almost 2 years now.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't had a PS4. And so when it came out, I just got sad because I couldn't play it, and I never replaced it. Well, now with the PS5,
Yeah.
I don't really have much reason to replace my PS4. I can just play it on that, or get Miles Morales because it comes with the whole game.
Yeah.
So eventually I will, but for now, yeah, I'd say that's probably the one that's kicking me the most that I haven't played yet.
So
It's
good.
fun.
I bought a PS4
Yeah.
just for that game.
Hmm. I almost did. I really wanted to get the special edition PS4, the red one.
Oh yeah,
Logo.
yeah, yeah.
I almost bought that, but I was like, nah, I can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you regret it now, don't you?
Oh, totally.
See, that sucks. That sucks so much.
Yeah.
You're like, I was a good boy. I didn't buy it. Oh, now I hate myself forever.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Oh my god.
We all have those stories.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god, yes.
And speaking of hating yourself for owning a game, this next question's very much up that alley. Drink a beer and play a game. It's just such a straight to the point channel name.
Done that.
Drink a beer and play a game has got probably one of the best questions I've seen in ages. What have you got for us, matey?
Play a game. Simple question for you gentlemen this fine episode. What is the most perverted game in your respective collections? Cheers, guys.
Question. Okay.
So,
He knows my answer.
Does Waifu Simulator count, or is that not? No, I'm kidding. I don't even.
Sure, mate. Yeah.
I really think there is a game called that, though, isn't there?
There
I bet there would
also
be.
Waifu Uncovered. That's on Switch.
Waifu Uncovered. Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's what I saw scrolling. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
So everyone's procrastinating here, but no one's answering.
There's a game on Switch. I'm not kidding. It's something about like you play as a pair of panties. Have you
Yes,
seen this?
yeah. I've
Panty
seen it.
Attack
Panty
Club or
Fight
something. Yeah.
Yeah, I was scrolling through. I'm like, what the hell is this?
So he
a real
bought.
g-
So after I bought
on
it, he says.
It was on sale. All right, no, just kidding. I didn't. I swear I didn't.
Oh, you put it on
gonna
your
say
wish
Dead-
list. You put it on your wish list.
You guys can't see that, can you? Oh, you shit. All right. I think I have Dead or Alive 6. I don't even know. It's the first one I ever bought, but I feel like that's a little bit perverse. I mean, I'm okay with it, but have you seen Dead or Alive games?
Oh, don't worry. We talk about that one often, don't we? Beach,
Okay.
the Dead or Alive beach volley.
Yes,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's 6. And
Physics.
Yeah.
The physics are awesome. I'm there for the
I'm
graphics.
a huge Dead or Alive fan. So
They're not
it was
wrong,
for
but-
me.
I didn't realize we were back already. Otherwise, I would have had my
I didn't
answer.
either.
We are back. That was such a super quick question.
Oh,
Have you ever looked at the Dead or Alive like DLC you can get though? Because I have
so
not put a lot of time into it. It's ridiculous. Like the list just goes for weeks. You could scroll for weeks. I'm like, why am I buying this black bikini for $8?
And a silver bikini and a red bikini.
I'm like, these people are I appreciate it, but they're way too into like scantily clad fake women.
Yeah.
It's
Hey, look,
ridiculous.
speaking from experience, I've got Dead or
Little
Alive
dirty.
Volleyball on Xbox and Dead or Alive Extreme on Xbox
Ooh.
360. And I don't hate myself at all. Where I draw the line is Dead or Alive 6. It's if you wanted every piece of DLC, it would cost you almost $2,000. Like if you bought
Somebody
it all.
said that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, obscene
bought a
circumstance.
single
Yeah, disgusting.
Me
So I
either.
didn't,
Me
I
either.
didn't
Disgusting.
Play, I didn't buy the game.
It's
I didn't buy the
disgusting.
base game.
Hate it.
Just out of like principle, I was like, nah, fuck that. Because I've got all the others. I've got Dead or Alive, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 5 and 6 started going into that microtransaction crap. So I was like, nah, I'm good. But I will say, if they ever ported over Dead or Alive Volleyball, was it Vita or the Dead or Alive Volleyball 3, whatever it was, it came out on PS4.
Scarlet, I think, right?
Yeah, one of the two.
I think it was Vita.
Venus, that's it. Yeah, whatever. There was a PS Vita and a PS4, like two separate games.
Yeah.
Look, if it ever came to Xbox, I mean, I'm gonna buy it. Like,
I love the honesty. I just love the honesty. Thank you.
I don't care, man. Like, I'm a hot-blooded red, male. Like, I like all that kind of shit. And polygons can be hot too, man.
So perverse. So perverse of you.
Polygons have feelings too.
Never been attracted to a video game character. That's sick, man.
Oh, I call bullshit on that, sir.
I'm checking his background there. Actually, no, his background's fairly clean. There's no,
Zero Suit Samus is totally. What do you mean?
Oh, can I just say to Nintendo, thank you for bringing out Zero Suit Samus, because that just makes going to these events and seeing the cosplayers that much more, worthwhile. Thank you very much, Nintendo, for that. And in fact, I think they're the best. That's the best character for cosplay. That's it.
Bayonetta's pretty attractive.
Oh well, okay. Sorry, might have a good contender there.
I'm looking at Zelda from Breath of the Wild over here. She's good too.
Yeah.
I actually don't have an answer for that question though. I think it would be.
Yes, you do.
I think it would be Dead or Alive Volleyball. That's about it.
Okay.
And
yeah.
You can check. It's a pretty open book back there.
Hey, what about Lollipop Chainsaw, man?
Is that Waifu Simulator back there?
Don't.
Yeah,
hang on. I better move to the right. There we go. Don't block it.
Oh, look, this is that VR game. I'm sure someone's got it. That dating app.
Yeah, that weird one with the anime girl.
Oh, you seem well informed. Okay, go on.
I don't have it, but I know what it is.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I look it up on the because you see it on the PlayStation VR store.
Okay.
I've never used it before, but I can tell you all about it.
Yeah.
Cool story, Cameron.
I don't own it. I don't own it though.
Thank you very much. We got a few more questions to get through. The next one.
You didn't. You didn't ask.
I gotta
G.
stop doing this.
Yes.
G.
And you didn't ask G too.
So you missed me again.
I know.
I do have a lot of questions to get through, so get through it. Let's go.
Unreal. Oh, just kidding.
See, now this is my good opportunity to say, for one, damn it, Jim. And number two, I know why he asked this question, because he knows my answer. It's like the most perverted game that I own in my collection. It's this one right here. Now, this is not the official box for it. This is Divine Ceiling for the Mega Drive.
So far, it doesn't seem that bad. Go on. Although, hang on. Ceiling. I'm starting to alarm bells ringing.
Oh.
So look at this cartridge for one thing.
Right.
Funky looking cartridge for one.
A little off.
That's perverse.
So the thing is, it looks like just an average, everyday vertical shmup. With some of the worst visuals and sound effects you'll ever hear. We're talking like Atari level sound effects.
Don't tell me it's actually a snuff film.
And the lady starts revealing clothing, and not too much clothing of that. And I got this randomly from somebody on Craigslist many years ago for like $10.
Wow, welcome to the next level.
That's interesting.
Game.
It's official, is it?
Is it?
So, well, I mean, it's an unlicensed game, but I mean, it was one that was actually
That's
sold
kind of cool.
in stores with stuff like Earth Defense and other things that aren't like officially licensed for Mega Drive. But
That's
I mean,
cool.
it's still cool to have. But
Yeah.
it's the only game that I have that's retro that I can say has nudity.
Hell yeah, boy. Get on
I
it.
mean, I could have gone with something like Dead or Alive, which, by the way, my wife and I will play Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball together.
Oh, hell yeah.
Do I have the wrong
yeah,
one? Because mine
like
is.
Galgun. Like,
Yeah.
That's probably my guiltiest pleasure is Galgun, actually.
Oh, yeah, I know about... Wait, I
that
sound
good?
way too excited about that. I said, yes, I know about that game.
Oh,
Is it
yeah,
a good
yeah.
game?
Yes, actually, it's very good.
I don't know anything. I know nothing about it.
Yeah, it's a rail shooter at its heart, but it's actually a really fun game. You try
cool.
it. I just got Galgun 2 like 2 days ago.
That's why I love Japan, man. They don't care. Like they'll just do that like weird.
I'm all for that. I'm all for that.
Yeah.
You didn't
It's
get
2020. You
What was
can't
it?
do
What was
anymore.
it?
I mean, come on.
Game, though.
There was
In the
cares?
West, we can't.
what was that game
Why
about?
is that? Why is
I
that?
don't know, man. I don't know.
We're supposedly
Violence
the
is
most
okay,
free
but
nation,
losers are not.
Yeah.
but we can't show any. I mean, we can't do anything risque. Oh my gosh.
You didn't
No.
even ask my most.
Well,
No, I
Mortal
haven't
Kombat
finished yet.
11.
They're still talking.
know.
Calm down.
Sorry.
No, sorry.
Sorry, you're itching. Go for it.
My most perverted game that I own
Is all of them.
Sonic 06.
Sonic 06 is not a perverted game.
Yes, it
It's a
is.
perversion on modern history. That's
Yes,
what it is.
If you're into bestiality, that's fine. That's your thing. Go for it.
Sonic's girlfriend is human in that game, and it's.
And on that note,
Are you,
thanks
did
for
you
the
say
follow,
beast-
bits and beers. Yes, I did say bestiality. It has got.
bestiality is acceptable. Sonic 06 unacceptable. Okay. Check.
I have no
Slash.
comment.
All right.
Oh, gee, you have many comments. Don't worry about that. I was going to ask, what's that game with is it okay to date a girl in prison? It's like this long-winded name.
I've heard of that.
Oh,
I've heard of that.
It's based off an anime. Is it wrong
Is
to
it?
date girls in a dungeon?
Makes
That's it.
sense.
That's it.
Makes
Yeah.
Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? But the thing
Makes
is,
sense.
it's not. I mean, it's
The,
perverted, but
the title alone just makes me want to follow that up.
it's pretty tame, actually. But yeah.
Ah.
Tame for me, man.
Brian Judd 70 has decided to follow as well. Thank you very much for the follows, guys.
I'm gonna
Hey.
dance every time the lights go off.
You're gonna what? Dance?
Every time the lights go off.
Okay, as long as you're not gonna fart every time the
Backstreet
lights go off, that'll be fine.
Every time the lights go out. Oh wait, I can't do that because we'll get struck.
No singing. No singing, guys. It's a hot topic at the moment.
No fun. Not
No
on Twitter.
fun. No dancing. Speaking of no dancing, G to the next level. Before we get into the next question, is that the Genesis cover for Moonwalker? That's not some sort of like knockoff cover or something. It isn't. Actually, I know the story. This is the version of Moonwalker that's got the original soundtrack. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. I knew there was a story behind that being front and center.
Let's play it on the Twitch
Whoa,
right
whoa,
now.
whoa. Whoa,
Oh,
what is that? What is
glitter.
this? What is
Oh,
this?
shiny.
This was actually made by a buddy of mine. His name is Eric Koch. He runs a store called Toy Source Games, and he makes like custom Sega Genesis cards. All the ones that you
Sick.
see behind me, except for the Darius, all of those were made by him. And what's
Ooh,
cool?
wow. He's a good friend to have.
is the corrected version that has Thriller.
Yeah, because originally it was meant to have Frill and then they had to get rid of it because of licensing. Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Now,
a
correct me
giant.
if I'm
I'm
wrong
a.
on this, Brian, because you probably know more than I would. But correct me if I'm wrong on this, because some copies do still have Thriller.
Yeah, there was a batch that was released and then they had retracted it mid production.
That's what I thought.
I'm always fascinated when they do stuff
Dude.
like that because that was like similar to the Tetris story with Mega Drive. Tetris did get released, and it did
I am.
and it did get out in more numbers than what most people think because I've played an official copy of Tetris on Mega Drive, and now they're saying there's like only 4 copies left in the world, which I think is absolute crap. I think there would definitely be more than 4, but
I thought there were like 10.
it's low numbers, but I would dare say it's more than what they're letting on.
I think there's like certain people who have copies of the game are keeping the number low to inflate the number
Yeah.
worth
Yeah.
of it, so to speak. Not naming names, but
We all know who it is.
Gee, you
Card
gotta.
lights up too.
What's that?
Oh my God. Gee,
turn
you
it
gotta
on,
hook
lights
me
up.
up.
Oh, I'll send you the link. He's awesome.
Giant Michael Jackson fan. He's probably my favorite artist of all time. Love Moonwalker. I have the cart only for Genesis. I want that. I want
Yeah.
I'll show you
that.
one other one too. This one is a hack.
Oh, what? That's awesome.
Changed the sprite to look like Sonic, to look like movie Sonic.
Wow.
It looks like Jim Carrey.
That's awesome.
And this card-
That is amazing. I want
That
that.
is
I want that.
that is sick.
I'd get that. Yeah.
I'll drop the link.
I'm disappointed
Please.
with Sega that they didn't release that end credit part as a game. Do you know the end credits?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, who knows? I wonder, because with the whole 60th anniversary thing, I think isn't the last week supposedly Sonic Week? I wonder if maybe they might have something like that in store because what they did with the first week when they did with Streets of Kamurocho with Yakuza.
Oh yeah.
So I wonder if maybe they might do that, which that was great, by the way.
Comments are saying Raji's freaking out now.
Yes, I am freaking out, man. I'm freaking out.
Yeah. No, I'll send you his info. He's awesome.
Yay.
Have you played Sonic Mania, by the way, y'all?
Yeah, it's right there.
I gave you that one.
Oh, yes.
Amazing.
We got to start doing a bingo every time you're on this channel, and you mention every time something that's in this room that you gave me. Oh, I gave you that. That's tick.
Nice.
And
the sound effect.
And I do have a ding. And the toaster.
And the shadow, and the Sonic Walk
okay,
thing.
you practically. Why don't you just move in? All right.
He already has. Luck.
All right, gonna get on with the next one. Thank you very much, by the way. Drink a beer and play a game.
What a name.
I just
Cheers.
Jim. Yes. This next one, I'm not gonna say who it's from. I'm just gonna play it. This next one is question number 5. Mystery person, what have you got for us?
Hey guys, Stacey here, aka Mrs. Toploader. There he is. I have a question about your favourite video game character. Who is your go-to character? So for me, I absolutely love Chun-Li, and every time I play Street Fighter, I always go to Chun-Li. I always loved the character, and I loved that she had the spirit and the enthusiasm and the ability to kick the guys' asses. And I just love this character so much that I even dressed up as her for my brother's 21st. Full get up. I went searching for a dress, I had the boots, I put my hair in the buns and everything. So I just wanted to know, who is your favourite go-to character, someone that you always choose when you're playing a fighting game, and why? What do you love about that character?
I always like Ryu.
And Chun-Li will kick your ass any day.
Huh? Yeah, I wasn't looking cheap.
Alright guys, so that was the top loaders at a half. Glad to see that she's making more of an appearance online these days, because we just like seeing her give the top loader some crap, because someone's got to do it. It can't just be me. Who's got an answer for this one? Raji, Tingle?
Well, we're talking about Tingle first. He's not my answer, but isn't it Tingle just a confused confused dude that thinks he's a fairy or something? And I'm talking like the literal sense of the word fairy. That's what he says.
No, not that he camps for the, not that he plays for the other team.
But I'm just saying, like in case people don't understand what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. Just being very clear.
So in a way, he's pretty cool because he puts his mind to it. And he believes he can be anything he wants. That's kind of cool.
I like Tingle. I've got nothing against Tingle. He's just a funny character.
I have fairy powers. It's like, you're not a fairy though, man. But he thinks he is, and he's like, I'm gonna.
Don't tell him that, because he'll disagree.
Right. My answer is gonna be probably boring. Brian's not gonna like it, but I think I love Link because he's kind of the underdog. He's like that little scrawny kid that has like not much of like, do you think he looks really strong and muscular? Yeah, Link. But guess what? He's the hero of time. He comes back time and again. He rises up, he grows, he somehow defeats the big end boss. He defeats Ganon, he gets his way through, even though he's a scrawny little
But he
boy
never
most
gets
of
the
time in
girl.
games.
He never gets the girl.
And neither does Mario. He
Well,
can't even get a kiss, can he?
excuse
Mario
No,
gets
he does get a kiss in the end of Mario 64. But there was a hack where they got Wario instead to get the kiss, and it was funny.
more of a peck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you imagine
All
going?
that work.
Yeah, I was going to say, could you imagine going through all that and all you do is get a kiss on the cheek? Like, come on, man.
Like, I don't think so, Mario. It's like, no, are you kidding me here? What is this? You can't give me a kiss?
I had an. I would like to be like Big L. He's my inspiration in life. Because he's just like so carefree. He doesn't care. He's just a big dumb galoot that's enjoying life. What more do you want?
That's the way to live, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Come with it.
Cameron,
I don't
you've been very quiet.
No, I don't really know. I don't really have a good answer to this question. If I just say someone like Sonic the Hedgehog, that's going to be obvious, but so I'll probably just go with that.
It doesn't matter if it's obvious if it
Yeah.
means something to you.
Because just like I've gotten a lot of.
I've never seen you eat a chili dog.
I've eaten a chili dog before.
I love chili dogs. Those are great.
I've never had a chili dog ever.
I like chili dogs. They're nice.
Why not?
For dinner.
They're nice.
It's an American thing. We just don't have it here.
go-
You can get it, but you got to go out of your way to get it.
Next time you go,
Just put chili on a hot dog. That's all it is.
there's a chili
That's
dog.
literally it, isn't it?
The closest, one of the closest chili dog stands is one in town. It's in Central, and you just walk past the train station, and it's there.
Are you talking about Harry's Decaf Wheels, whatever it is?
I think so.
I got sick when I had something from them. I'm not going back
no.
again.
I've never eaten from them, but I know that there's a store around there.
There is a photo, getting off topic a little bit, but there is a photo of Colonel Sanders eating a meat pie from Harry Decaf's.
Bum bum bum.
Because he visited Sydney.
That's not going to end well.
A mystery pie.
Yep.
It's like you got explaining to do.
I'm itching to find out what Uncle Chunt's answer is on this.
So
Yeah.
to specify, is this just overall character or is this gaming specific?
No, video game.
Okay.
Well, I'm kind of, now that you mention it, are we talking Golden Girls or something here? Or...
I mean, if I could be as further vibrant as they are at their age, then,
no, video gaming.
yeah. Look, I think in recent years, as I get older, probably Marcus Phoenix, because man, if you know the story of the character, he's been through lots of shit, and but he still comes back to do the fight, and even if he doesn't want to be there, really, like when he started Gears of War 1, when he's in the cells and stuff, he was jailed for a good reason. He was trying to save his father, and that went against the COG, right? But then as he goes on, he keeps fighting in all the games and the whole war. He didn't really need to be there. And even in Gears 4, when he's done his retirement, he's buggered off. He's growing his tomatoes on his plantation and stuff. And when you go find him, just living his life in solitude, and then he gets pulled right back into the war again. And but it's just his character. Where he's just like, he's so like not just in himself, but he gives a damn about what happens to people around him and his friends, like his brotherhood of friends in the games. Like you really feel like, if you are a fan of it, like I am, like he and Dom have this real cool friendship and like brotherhood kind of thing, and I really like that. And just it gets written off as just like a bro shooter type game series. But if you actually play it and you're interested in the world and stuff and you get into it, there's more to it, and I thoroughly enjoy it. So like, yeah, Marcus Phoenix, like he's just, he's a manly as hell, but he's a gruff, but he gives a shit, and he'll always be there for those he cares about. And I think that's good characteristics to look up to. But
Totally.
If you asked me 20 years ago, it would have been someone else. But I'm 35 now, and I don't give a shit about a lot.
That's a good way to be, man.
Yeah.
G, you didn't answer, did you? I always forget you. I don't know why. Sorry, go on.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
He's such a good listener. He's just like so chill.
Yeah.
It's a tough one for me to answer too, because like Cameron said, it's just like I don't want to do something so simple like Sonic the Hedgehog, but I have this kind of phrase. I say this to my wife a lot, and that to me is like, as much as it always comes back to Sonic with something like that, because in every sort of way, whether it's the video games, whether it's the TV shows, whether it's a movie, whether it's the comic book, because every Sonic has a different attitude and a different kind of outlook, especially like in Sonic Boom, where he's super sarcastic. Sonic the movie, where he's super innocent and vibrant. And then there's like the 90s cartoons where he's got like attitude and he's madcap and crazy and all that kind of stuff. But there's really two philosophies that carry over to literally every iteration of Sonic that always carries over to me in real life. One, never give up. And that's what's always been his creed, is just to never give up, go as hard and go as fast as you can, in every way that you possibly can in life. And number two, always be there for your friends. And those are two things that have always kind of stuck with me. And you'll find that in every iteration with him.
Yes.
In fact, that was a big thing at the end of the movie. It's just like, hey, don't mess with my friends. I'm taking care of them, and that's what he did, and that's what I do. And that's what it's all it comes down to. I think if I had to pick anybody else other than Sonic, oddly enough, I'm gonna say Zidane from Final Fantasy IX. That's probably the other one too.
Well, that's explain.
So it's just mainly because he goes against like the archetype of just basically like every sort of, say, hero that's thrusted into a situation like most other like RPGs and whatnot. He's not whiny, he's not broody, he's not like, oh, I don't want to do this, or he's not like some dingus who's lost amnesia or something like that. He's strong-headed,
Dingus.
again, going there for his friends, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to do the right thing.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
Wow, that was a good answer.
Probably the best answer, right? I think.
I know, right? I got nothing on after that. Oh, actually, no. If you go back to what Uncle Chunt said, he was touching on real life heroes, or he was going to go that way. The dude that had the chocolate machine, but he wanted to get cheese from it. Did you see that recently?
The fondue machine.
Yeah. So he failed, like miserably, but he came back the next week and he did it because he had to. Never give up. That's
Yeah, man.
I love that video. You just see where it's going wrong, and he's just going, oh, and it's cheese is whacking him in the face.
Choose fondue machine and kept failing, and then on
So it could be
stream.
worse things than cheese.
All right, thank you very much for that,
Glug, glug, glug.
Mrs. Toploader. We have got another one from the Toploader family. Yes, it's Toploader of fun.
Yeah.
Question number 6. This is the last video question, by the way. That's a nice timely reminder. If you want to feature on an episode of the Since Spacies Show, get a video question in. Has to be less than a minute. Has to be filmed in landscape, not this up and down. Not. How many times do you watch TV and someone's recorded something happening, and they got the phone like that?
Yes.
Put the phone back in your pocket.
Awful.
Don't bother.
that is why Quibi died.
Illegal.
Yep.
Anyway, so this next one is from, by the way, and with the question, send it in to Brian@SinceSpacies.com. Brian@SinceSpacies.com, and I will put it in episode number 22's folder, and the best 10 will get featured. This next one is from Little Toploader. What's Little Toploader got to say?
I like video games. My favorite video game was Abe's Exodus. And my question is, why don't people like video games? I just can't understand it.
Yeah, that Octopath Traveler Special Edition or whatever that is on the shelf.
Who's eyeing off whose shelf?
I just saw on that question there was like Octopath Traveler.
Oh, right.
Special Edition or something. Look cool.
Thank you, Little Toploader. Is it Ben? His name's Ben, isn't it? Yeah. Ben, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm kind of curious. Before we answer the question, is he going to become a YouTuber down the track? Do you reckon? with a dad like that.
Yeah.
Probably. Like father, like son.
Yeah, exactly right. Why do people hate video games? I think it's just because, like with anything, if they see it's popular, they hate it, and so they just think it's cool to hate it. I don't know. My parents didn't have an opinion on video games. They didn't hate them. They didn't like them. They were just neutral, and it bugged me. They didn't show any interest in gaming, despite the fact that it offered me and my brother so much. Do you guys have a theory?
Yep.
I do. You guys go ahead if you want, though.
Uncle Chunt, go for it.
I'll just jump in. So, these people who hate video games, I think it goes back to the whole people feel what they don't understand, right? So, meanwhile, these are the same people that'll sit there and marathon a 6 or 8 hour Netflix show, which it's the same thing if you're having a gaming day. You're doing an entertainment, exercise basically, where you're sitting down watching something. It's just one happens to be interactive. It's just hypocritical. It's everybody has different interests. Yeah. It's like I don't like, I don't know, footy. I'm not a footy guy. I couldn't give it a toss, but I'm not going to hate you for it. And I don't hate the sport. I like strongmen. That's my sports. There's actually a World's Strongest Man competition going on right now, by the way. I'm interested in that. Yeah, but like a lot of people couldn't give a damn. So it's like horses for courses, man. And I think people, the more you age and you get older and you understand things, you appreciate everybody's differences and opinions and interests. That hate video games thing is more primary school, high school. You grow out of it, man. And unless you don't,
some of us do. Some of us do.
But, yeah. So I don't know. It's an honest question and it's an observation. Little kids make all the time. I have nephews and they get a bit shy about games that they like when they're talking to me. Like I don't like Fortnite. but I'm not going to tell my 6-year-old nephew that I hate it. I'm just like, yeah, cool, man. I'm glad you're having fun. And
I do.
Oh, well, it's just a perspective. I'm just happy that he's having fun enjoying our game and doing something that makes him smile, and that's the way it should be. But hopefully, Ben, you grow up and you understand that you enjoy these things and you don't put it on other people, and you understand it's a good thing.
Just on the whole hating video games topic, it was more of a problem for me growing up than it is now. Way more of a problem.
Oh, totally.
It was a nerd stigma attached to being a gamer. I think we all can thank PlayStation to a large degree for making video games more of an accepted, cool sort of thing to do. I mean, Sega kind of came along as the hip with it, sort of witty, company that had attitude. But I think it was PlayStation that sort of changed it to not being about trying to impress people with witty, stupid jokes and attitude, and they turned it into something that was just generally cool. Especially games like Wipeout, when that game came out, and the soundtrack to that, far out.
That's a generation right there.
Yeah.
That game, when I first played it and hearing that soundtrack, was just like, wow. Now we're really starting to see cool. We're starting to see video games become a cool medium. But again, it was much different when I was growing up. You used to get beaten up for playing video games. Like if you were talking about it, it was that bad. Yeah.
It sucks.
So when you're talking about why do people hate video games, there are still those people out there, but I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as what it used to be. You get these idiots on social media that have got like hundreds of thousands of followers coming out with these stupid tweets about how they can't stand video games and video games are for losers, and they'll show them in a Maserati or something. Yeah, and they're only doing it for clout. That's it. They're just doing it to show off. They don't actually mean it.
Yeah,
I agree.
Of course.
Anyone else got a response?
No, I've never
I think I've got one.
Yeah.
Go for it, G.
Okay. I think a lot of it also stems from generational gaps. Because if you think about it, like what you mentioned too, Brian, is that I'm not that much younger than you, believe it or not. It's like I'm actually really not. And
I can see the grey hairs there, man.
It's getting a little bit more showing, That's just because I don't shave anymore.
Grey to the next level.
But not the final level. But yeah, because if you really think about it back then, like in the times when we were growing up, if you were into things like video games and computers and all that, it's like, oh, you're such a nerd, and you get like beat up, stuffed in the lockers and whatnot. And then not only that, you got the media out there at that particular time, like say the mass shootings and however that want to blame it on video games. So at that point, then people want to say, oh, video games are detrimental to culture and society because they're teaching people to kill and think bad thoughts, and movies don't do that. TV shows don't do that too. I mean, maybe pay attention to what your kids are playing, sing, that sort of thing. All of these, just these negative stigmas that, as the generations have changed, have definitely started going more and more to the wayside. It's happening now. I mean, case in point, like Top Loader and his kid, perfect point. Now he's in that generation where gaming was like super accepted. And now he's bringing it on to his kid, Pokemon. Like, Pokemon is something that's been going through generations and generations as well. And I think that's probably the biggest factor, is that we still have that older generation that still thinks that video games are, they're terrible and they're a waste of time. Why are you doing this with your life and that sort of thing? And I realize it's just a form of entertainment. It's a method to escape, and this is just a more interactive form of it. It literally, as you mentioned, it literally isn't that much different than binging a show on Netflix or watching football. It really isn't that different.
I think
I think it's better because it's interactive.
Grumpy Retro Gamers said it best, that when people tell you that video games is a waste of time, you just say to them, yeah, it is a waste of time. Everything is a waste of time. That's the whole point, is to pass time, you moron.
What's your favorite hobby? Oh, you enjoy collecting stamps? Hey, great, it's a waste of time.
Yeah,
but what about binging Netflix? That's not a waste of time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
get caught up with Stranger Things, great. That's a waste of time.
Oh yeah.
Can't wait for the next series. By the way.
I know, me too. I was gonna say my answer
People
is
look at my Switch list and they're like, "Oh wow, you've played this game for X amount of time. That's a waste of time." It's like, yeah, but you know what? I enjoyed that waste of time very much.
right.
Sasquatch has put up. Is it Sasquatch? Sasquatch. Sorry.
Yeah, like
Sazzy.
Like
Sazzy.
Sasquatch, but
Yeah.
Saz.
Is that the Bigfoot? Is that what
Yes.
that is referencing?
Sasquatch. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hey, bits and beer.
He's saying that now more than ever, games are a great way to stay in touch with friends, and
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
something that we
Yes.
didn't have. Except you had to invite the friends
And
to be
everyone else.
in your room to.
Like me.
I said friends. Friends. No, well, I do miss those, 4-player in-house sessions, and
Yes.
but I mean, still, online is still cool. I'm listening to you struggling, and now he's gone. I'm listening to him struggling with this camera.
No, it's just Discord is being
Discord.
a pain in the balls. Sorry.
Discord will be like that.
I don't know what its problem is. Anyways.
Answer.
Sorry.
Yes.
No, I've just lost it. But anyway, I'm pointing out that Saz has pointed out a very good point. That's my point. The point
That was
is
a
his
good
point.
sense.
Yeah.
I was gonna say here's my personal theory. I think the people that crusade against video games are people that, and this is not a one size fits all answer, but okay, Discord's gonna break again. Cool. Great.
The struggle the struggle is real, boys and girls.
God, Discord.
Technology.
It smells like fire over there by my computer. No. So anyways, I was gonna say I think some of the people that crusade against games, and this is not everybody, but I think it's just that they don't really understand it, and then they just decide, oh, that's dumb, that's a waste of time, that's violent, that's whatever it is you want to pick for a reason. They just don't really get it, and then they just kind of have something against, like, oh, you guys are all a clique of people that are into this stuff, and I think it sucks. So you guys all suck, and that's dumb.
But this goes right back. Rock and roll music first came out. That was bad and evil. Violent movies came out. That was bad and evil. Heavy metal. That was bad and evil. The whole thing about anti-video games and articles in the press goes right back to. Do you know what the first article was? Anyone know?
What?
Death Race.
Oh, I believe it.
1976, I think it was. So that was the first article slagging out video games being violent, because you had to run over people, blocks. They were blocks. You had to run them over. Yeah, and that was the original Carmageddon. That's right. By the way,
I remember the 90s, man. With Mortal Kombat was the worst thing in the world.
Well, I'm right in the thick of it when I was working at Sega, because we were getting calls from the press asking about Secret Command on Master System, and they were asking me to explain what that game was about. I said, well, it's just like Rambo. You're going from the bottom of the screen to the top, shooting enemies. What's Rambo? I don't understand. I said, what? Sorry, you're telling me you don't know what Rambo is? And they said, no, please explain it. Click. I hung up on him. Don't insult me. Insult me with your crap.
Research.
Yeah. Once upon a time, Elvis and Chuck Berry were considered agents of the devil. There you go.
Yep.
That's what it says.
It's kind of
Devil
like
music.
That's true.
It's kind of like what cancel culture is today now. It's kind of like the same thing, really.
Yeah.
Like, people have no idea what they're going on about, but they just want it like shut down or cancelled or whatever. Just to get
think
so
the one-
oversensitive about something.
one
they don't
takeaway-
understand.
Too.
Yeah.
The one takeaway you can have is all these people will die eventually. So
Yeah.
Thanks, Uncle
Wow.
Chunt.
That's a dark note, but all right.
me up there, G.
No problem.
I actually had 4 bonus questions, but you know what? I'm just going to leave them because I think we've gone into plenty of time for this. I do want
Next
to
episode, right?
Yeah, I'll leave them for the next episode. I do want to thank you guys for all joining.
Yeah.
Before I do finish up, though, I just want to ask, how excited are you for the next, moving on with console gaming and PC gaming too? Like, we're living in really good times, despite the fact we've got this stupid COVID going on. We've got new consoles coming out have come out this
Already,
week.
yeah.
We don't know what's coming out from Nintendo. We've got PCs with graphic cards that just do all sorts of stupidly great things now for a reasonable price. We're in a good situation with gaming. So, how excited are you guys for gaming for the next 4 or 5 years?
Very. I'm already there, man, and I'm ready to jump in fully for the next 7 years or however long it is.
Now you can't say jump in anymore. It's stream on. It's stream on. They changed it.
Power my dreams. I can't wait to
Power my dreams. Yeah.
for the next 7 years.
Dream on. Sorry. Power your dreams.
I also can't wait for everyone on YouTube to stop making bullshit drama videos about the consoles like they're out now. Get over it and just play them for God's sakes.
Or sticking vaping up the dinger of the Xbox Series X.
Oh,
Yeah. About that clout. That's what it is.
Or like you said earlier, Uncle Chunt, you said, if you don't like it, then just
do
be
something
like,
else.
okay, hey, I'm happy you're happy, and I'm not playing it.
Oh no, you can't have that. You can't have that. Nah, you can't have that.
I get from a lot of people that act like that. They're just like, oh, I can't be silent about it. I'm like, yes, you can.
You can just not be. You cannot be a dick. It's possible.
And walk away.
Yeah.
It is possible. I promise.
Yeah.
One of my biggest creeds in my life is, look, I respect what you like, and everybody like how you like. Game how you game. I don't care what you do and how you play it on. Just don't be a dick.
Yeah.
It's very simple. It's actually a channel rule I have. It says don't be a dick. It's very simple.
I go one step further. Don't be a dickhead.
Same thing.
Cameron, we're going to start off with you. He's been itching to mention something that he's worked on and he's finished just recently.
Oh yeah. So
have I?
can I go and get it?
You are what? Props time. Can you reach, little boy? There we go.
So this episode of the Since Spacies Show has been sponsored today.
No, it hasn't. I never received a cent.
Cameron's Playhouse 4, The Fung Fiasco.
Oh my god.
The Fung Fiasco? Is this available on Amazon or
can you keep that away from me?
Which is now available on Blu-ray, and I've also got a digital download version just in case if anyone wants to see it. And even Brian makes a special guest appearance in this film as well.
I do.
You do.
Well, we gotta see this. You gotta post this one, huh?
I can either post it, get in touch with me, or
I tell you now, I would not have
link.
agreed to anything if I knew that was going to be the cover.
I'll drop you a link if you want to see it, or if you want the Blu-rays, I'll send some out. I've been sending Blu-rays.
I like the cover art.
A friend of mine did that. Thank you. They're really good.
I don't know what it is, but I like it.
It's the cover of the character.
I'm pre-ordering it. That's it.
If you want to get in touch with me, I'll be happy to send all of you guys free copies.
The lines are open, boys and girls.
The Sega hotline?
Apparently Top Loader's on there.
The Top Loader was on the third one. No, he was on the third one.
Oh my.
No, I'm talking about the Sega hotline.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the films.
No, we're not. No one's talking about that. Get that out of here.
I'll watch it when someone uploads it to Pornhub.
G to the next level. G to the next level. What have you got coming up on your channel, please?
Oh, so what do I have coming up on my channel? Well, it was going to be a review on, hence my shirt and whatnot. It was going to be a review on this guy.
Nice shirt.
On the Game Gear
That
Micro.
looks tiny.
Wow.
Wow, they look like bars of soap.
I decided to call an audible, and I'm going to do
bigger.
something a little bit more interesting because I got this guy today too.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm going to do 2 in 1, and we're going to determine which is better, the Game & Watch or the Game Gear Micro.
By the way, just hate to interrupt, but did you see the Elise special edition Game Gear that's coming?
Oh, you're talking about the one with Alesta?
Elise, yeah.
Yes, I pre-ordered it.
Oh, of course he did.
What is that?
Musha Elise was like one of the best shooters on the Mega Drive. It had the best soundtrack on the Mega Drive. Anytime someone wants to get into a Mega Drive versus Super Nintendo argument about sound chip, I bring that game up. And the guy that composed the music for that game is actually a subscriber to my channel.
Wow.
The Japanese artist himself.
That's cool.
Toshiaki.
Ooh,
yeah, he's a
that is
subscriber.
cool.
And that soundtrack to that game is by far my favorite Mega Drive soundtrack of any game. And that includes the Sonics.
Yeah.
That includes the Sonics. So,
Which are
It still
great,
doesn't beat
by the
Rage
way.
2 for me, but it's pretty close.
what's your first? What's your first?
May
Or
I?
for music on the Genesis?
Yeah.
Streets
Ooh,
of Rage 2.
tough.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's that's in the top 3 or 5. You know, that's really definitely up there.
Thunder Force 4 is pretty high up there too. So,
Don't write off
we should
3.
do the best.
Don't write off Thunder Force 3. Music and that's good
Thunder
too.
3 is great too.
Yeah.
They're all
May
the Thunder
I
Force
just
games are great.
rebuttal by saying Donkey Kong Country?
Yes.
Rebuttal.
Yes.
Well, that's the versus. That's the
Yes,
game
Donkey
that.
Kong Country had the
I'm not
best
saying Sega. The
soundtrack.
Sega has some fantastic
Yeah, it did.
retro
It
music.
does. I mean,
I love
my
it.
last video that I actually did what's about Genesis music, and I wanted to show some games that were just like, okay, people want to talk about how
Moonwalker.
Genesis sounds bad, and I was like, no, listen to these 10, and there's plenty
Yeah.
more I'm playing.
Streets of Rage.
Yeah, but,
The Mega Drive
One on one
Genesis
run that.
can definitely sound bad if done wrong. Yeah.
oh, totally,
Yeah.
totally can.
Sorry. Yeah.
Next. And I am also returning to streaming on Twitch. It is happening
Yay.
next week. It was going to be this week, but then my
Awesome.
dental surgery, so I had to take care of that. So next week I'm returning to streaming. I'm going to be doing a retro stream on Tuesday, and on Thursday I'm going to be streaming Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Yes.
And then,
Nice.
Saturday I'll also be doing a 12-hour extra live stream too
Wow.
on Saturday, and then after that
Busy.
I'm also going to be doing. I believe that's when the 32X video is going to finally happen. So we're basically, I rank every single game in the 32X library from gutter to throne. So that's finally happening. So yep, that's what's coming up.
Alrighty.
Nice.
Awesome.
Super Nintendo Bros. Reggie, what have you got coming up? Do you have a
Sir,
YouTube channel?
I do actually. Yeah, it's the same name, Super Nintendo Bros. Or I think it's youtube.com/c/Super Nintendo Bros. So you can check
Yay.
out random stuff. I've been doing some exclusive stuff there. I'm playing through Bloodborne right now over there. Totally different than what I usually play, but I love
Wow.
that game.
Okay.
Great.
It's
game.
cool stuff. So yeah, check that out. But also on
Sexy
our channels,
vampires, isn't it?
What's that now?
Sexy vampires.
Sexy vampires? No, that was that other question from earlier with the waifu simulator. No. So yeah, besides the Nintendo classics, I think coming up we're gonna get back into some of the GameCube library. So I've actually
Nice.
do have. You were mentioning it earlier, Wario World.
Yeah.
It's coming up on the list.
Cool.
But I got to play through Zelda 4 Swords on the GameCube. That's another one I'm going to be finishing. And there was something else. Oh, I'm doing a Famicom Disk System special coming up in the next week or two. We're going to kind of go over some of the best games on there. So hang out for that on Twitch.
Do you have one of them?
Ooh, nice Wavebird.
Oh, Wavebird.
Yeah.
Yes. Where's mine? It's way up there. Can I reach it real quick? Let's get it.
Oh, boob. Oh, we got nipples.
Yeah, baby. Silver.
Nice. I got
OG.
3 silvers and 1 gray.
Beautiful.
When I bought mine, oh yeah, I just noticed yours is a little silvery one. I didn't get the battery case. I had to buy this separately.
Oh. Yeah, I see that
that's-
a lot. Like if I see them when
But
I'm
it's a
shopping
perfect
around
match.
and whatnot,
It's a
I see
perfect
lot
match.
without the back cover.
Buy it without the back cover, you'll get it usually for a lot cheaper, and then you can just buy the back cover
I
separate.
hope so.
I just
Yeah.
have the one. Yeah, the adapters like the wireless receiver. Those are expensive too for those things. If you find one without it, it's like good luck. Kind of like the Game Boy Player disc, right?
Sorry, we got to show off in the chat. Bits and Beers has just chimed in. Oh, just the one Wavebird, huh?
Bits and Beer is a GameCube that guy is a GameCube aficionado, but I did just get the network adapter thanks to him. So we got an Ethernet
sweet.
adapter we
Where
can
you
play.
get
Sorry, just the one GameCube, huh? Huh?
Mario Kart Double Dash.
He's only just got the one GameCube. Oh, how quaint.
Actually, I have two
Online
GameCubes.
I have
thank
two.
you, but all right.
Fanciest online memories on GameCube. So many.
Oh, amazing! Mario Kart Double Dash. We're gonna hook that up soon, by the
Yay.
way. Yeah, online.
I
does work.
still
It does
haven't
work.
played it. I've played
It's the
it.
best game.
I've played it on emulation, but that's about
fantastic.
Oh,
It's,
you
one,
never
it's
played
the
Double
best.
Dash?
best
Never
Mario
played
Kart
Double
game.
Dash, no.
What?
You have to.
I
You
would
have
say
to.
I still think Mario Kart 8 is better, but Double Dash.
Double Dash
is my
was
second
fantastic.
Agreed.
Yeah.
8 is fantastic. Probably the
8 is
best.
wonderful.
Even
Blew my
I
expectations.
Double Dash.
Double Dash is the best.
And Uncle Chunt, your cord's getting shorter and shorter as the stream goes on. What have you got?
At least getting tugged on.
Yeah, you just catch me over lately at Let's Talk Games, which is a podcast show that I'm on with a couple of friends. It's youtube.com/c/Let's Talk Games. I've got a website, unclechunt.com. I've taken a step back from my own stuff, just from some recent life events, but I'm still hanging in there with Let's Talk Games, and it's been a great outlet for me just to kind of talk games every week with a couple of
Nice.
friends. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and hopefully I'll get back to my own stuff very, very soon. All things working out.
Sweet.
All right. Well, with me personally, I'm trying to get back in, get time actually to get some YouTube channels edited. I've got them, the footage there. I just got to chop them all up and put them together and put it out on YouTube. Because the reason why I'm having less time for YouTube is because I'm streaming quite often now. I'm 3 times a week, and sometimes surprise, streams that come up. I'm streaming on a regular basis. I'm doing The Legend of Tuesday, which is a look at every single The Legend of Zelda game from one right to current day. So I'm playing them all, doing them all. I'm still on the first game, but we'll get there. I'm on Dungeon 6 on that at the moment.
I'll watch you play that one. I'm going to be on that one.
Yeah, giving me a hard time, no doubt. What are you doing that for? Now, with Thursday, it was originally the Since Retro, where I look at older games, but I'm thinking of not going retro because I'm thinking of looking at playing more recent games or indie games. I'm still trying to work out what to do on the Thursday streams, because just recently I got a whole stack of codes given to me for Switch games. So I don't know, Switch Thursday, I don't know. I'll come up with a theme for that day, but it has been retro, look at retro games, and on Sundays I do HP Sundays, just basically roleplay games. I'm playing Phantasy Star.
Phantasy Star.
Yeah, which
I'm watching you stream Phantasy Star. I'm like,
yes, I saw it in the chat, and I'm just enjoying it. This is such a chill game. It is such a grind fest, but I'm enjoying it, and that's the main thing. If no one else likes it, I don't care. I'm enjoying myself.
Exactly.
But this week they've all those regular streams have been taking a back seat because I've been playing Yakuza Like a Dragon. I got a review code thanks to 5-Star Games, who's the official distributor for Sega in Australia, and I'm just having an absolute ball with the crazy, nutty, over the edge storylines in that game. It's just like they've got all these weird and wacky stories, and they're just sticky taped together. It's just such a 1 minute you're fighting in sewers in Tokyo, the next thing you're cleaning out a hooker house.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
and then you go home and play Yakuza.
So, guys, thank you very much. Everyone in the chat, thank you very much for being there. If you haven't done so, please drop a like and also follow. And give these other guys a follow as well. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll be leaving their details in the description below.
You can actually find me on youtube.com/
Your name will be in the description below. I just did say that.
Entertainment Corner, but with a K, not a C. And we're just starting to reload new videos on that site.
And his name's been Cameron. He's been gaming since Sonic.
No, I have not. That's a lie. That's a lie.
My name's been Brian. I've been gaming since Spacies.
Since Mario.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for having me.
Since Spacies.